Maximum Sports.
Welcome, guys. Well, hey, we already knew the Final Four would be back to the Alamo City, but now we are inching closer and closer to San Antonio hosting a college football national championship. That's why officials threw a pep rally for the NCAA College Football Playoff Committee today. They also showed them the $40 million plan to improve the dome. Now, those renovations will be complete by the time we host the Final Four here in 2018. San Antonio is hoping to host the College Football Championship either the next year in 2019 or the following year in 2020. And even though we're up against some major markets and some very nice stadiums, the people here in Bexar County are growing extremely excited.
I thought it was a really cool deal growing up watching just, the national championship, and now that you have the playoff games and things like that, I think it'd be a great addition to bring it here to Texas and San Antonio especially.
I agree with them. Hey, the committee will meet those officials again tomorrow morning. Question for you, have you been counting down the days till college football season returns? I know I have. But now that the Big 12 media days have come and gone, the countdown to the 2015 season can officially begin. And gone are the days where Texas OU was the biggest game on the schedule. Now, everyone is looking forward to Baylor taking on TCU. Those two teams were co-champs last season, but that's a sore subject. Baylor won the head-to-head, and the Bears thought their own conference actually hurt them when it named the two teams co-champs. Baylor was left out of the playoff. Ohio State got in. You guys know the rest of the story. The Buckeyes went to win it all. This year, the Bears are expecting to make another run at a championship, and Coach Art Briles says now is the best part of the season.
You know, this time of year when there's so much anticipation, so much energy, so much hope and vision that, it just kind of makes you be excited, makes you be happy, makes you be fired up because everybody's got aspirations and dreams, and it's our job to help people fulfill them. So this is the best time of year.
Yes, it is. Baylor is picked to finish second in the Big 12 behind TCU. Now, Conference USA had their media day this morning in Boca Raton, Florida. And what we learned, the Road Runners will have to play the role of the underdog this year. The Runners lost 37 players from a year ago, and only 2 returning starters are coming back from opening day of last season. Blake Bogenschutz, who you just saw deliver that long pass, will start at quarterback. Now, he played quarterback last year for the Runners, but was actually hurt most of the season. It's going to be a young, inexperienced team, but if anyone can lead them, it's Coach Coker. After all, he did build this program from scratch.
Well, I tell you, when I went to UTSA, we didn't have a team. We just kind of coached and had some fun, recruited, and talked about how good we're going to be. And now we're playing Division I football. Our first 3 games we played, it's outstanding football teams. Our first 6 won bowl games last year. So, yeah, it's been fast. It's been a real whirlwind.
All right, let's be honest, guys. The expectations for the Road Runners, well, they're low. Don't tell that to the players and coaches, though. They have plenty of confidence heading into this year, and they think they can pull off a few upsets.
I think we're going to have a good squad. I mean, obviously we're going to be younger, graduating, 36 people, but I feel like we got a lot of spots to fill, and it brings out the best in people, competition. And so I'm really excited to see those younger guys kind of get in there and compete for a spot.
We're going to have a good football team. We're going to be young. I think we're probably about the most talent we've had since I've been there. But, we've got to coach them, and we expect to play well. I expect to start off well.
Well, a good start will be hard with this schedule. Check it out on the screen. The Runners have some tough tests this season, including a few to open 2015. Games against Arizona, Kansas State, and Oklahoma State will all be tough to pull out. Colorado State and Southern Miss are both experienced programs. And, of course, that end-of-the-season rivalry with Rice, well, that one's always a fan favorite. Hey, speaking of the Rice Owls, just like UTSA, the Owls were well represented at Conference USA's Media Day this morning. Coach David Bailiff and his team are looking to improve on an 8-5 season last year, and even though they'll have to replace 13 starters from last season, they believe they're bringing back experience where it matters most.
We only have 9 returning starters is what the notes tell me, but we have a lot of young men that played last season. But our team really evolves around Dreyfus Jackson, our quarterback. He's a 5th-year senior. He was our starter last year. He threw for over 3,000 yards last season. He makes great decisions with the football. And we got a lot of young talent moving up through the program, so I'm excited.
Coach David Bailiff, a good guy and a San Antonio man, so we're excited to see him do well. The Owls kick off their season September 5th against Wagner. To the Spurs, and as expected, they have signed athletic guard Jonathan Simmons. Simmons was one of the stars of the Summer League team, so he earned himself a guaranteed deal. The surprise of the day came this afternoon. The Silver and Black came to terms with former BYU star Jimmer Fredette. Fredette is a long-range three-point shooter who has struggled making it in the league so far. The Spurs will bring him into camp to see if he can make their squad. Guys, I need you to stick around. It was a high-scoring affair at the Rangers game today, so do not go anywhere. We have all the highlights from the baseball diamond coming up next. Hey, the Rangers were in action today, and if you're rocking a mustache like that, yeah, you're going to make it on TV. On the field, it was all about one man, Rougned Odor. This homer in the second made the game 5-0 Rangers, but Odor actually wasn't done there. In the seventh, this deep shot, look at it just fly off the bat. It looks like it's going, not quite gone. That's a triple, but it was good enough to bring in one run. Odor would end the game just one double away from completing the cycle. The Rangers go on to win this one, 10-8. The Astros in action tonight as well. Preston Tucker homered twice early in this one. Looks like the Astros are up by 2 late in the game. That's all the time we have for you tonight. For Chuck Nicotinic, Kevin Quanka, and our photographer Jack Green, I'm Jeff Jones. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for Max Sports.